Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Ardis, and this is the Dr. Ardis Show. And I don't know if you've heard a rumor, but in 2022, there was a documentary that was seen by millions all around the world called Watch the Water. Now, fast forward to Donald Trump's in office for the second time here in 2025. RFK Jr.'s sitting at the top of the HHS, Health and Human Services Department. And there are tons of cities and municipalities and city councils that are actually banning fluoride being added to our water. This entire presentation is to show you what our government, even the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency of the United States government, what they publish on their website are illnesses known to be caused by contaminants and bugs found in our water supply here in the United States. And this information directly applies to everybody in every other country. And you're going to be shocked. Now, before I even dive into this, as I review these research studies and these PowerPoint presentations that we put together here at the Dr. Ardis Show, I just want you to know something. You are going to be told 100% of the time, you're going to be told to fill out an intake form whenever you go see your specialist for your symptoms or your illness. So you're going to go to your medical doctor. They're going to have an intake form. And on that form, they're going to ask you about neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, and MS. They want to know, do you have a family history of this? Then they want to know, do you have a family history of strokes, heart attacks, blood clots? Do you have a family history of autoimmune diseases? And they are going to blame everything they diagnose you with, cancer included, on your genetics. Keep that in mind. Every medical doctor is going to blame it on your genetics like there's nothing on earth that actually could cause your illnesses other than what you inherited from your parents. But watch what the government publishes about what can happen to you just by the known poisons, chemicals, and bugs like bacteria, virus, fungus, and parasites that are in your water supply in America. Let's dive in. This is what you need to know about water. So is your water killing you? And what are you going to do about it? Some of the simple antidotes I use in my home every day with my wife and 5 kids, and what I would recommend to you at home to keep your family safe. The only thing we pay our governments around the world to supply our homes, the majority of us, is water. And in that water are tons of poisons that contribute, as you're about to learn from the EPA, to your everyday life experience, including symptoms, illness, and diagnoses. Here we go. Scan this QR code if you want to stay abreast of when we've got a new presentation coming out. We only do one new show every week. We do some intermittent special editions, something hot in the media I want to bring a specialist on for an interview, and then I want to get that to you. Sometimes we'll make you alert and aware of those through an email. That's what this QR code is for. Put your email in when you scan the QR code, and you'll be notified of our free podcast, our special presentations, and where you can access all of our PDFs of our PowerPoints at the resources tab at the Dr. Ardis Show. If you watch this, see anything beneficial that you want to share with others or download yourself, go to the resources tab at the Dr. Ardis Show, download the PowerPoint for free titled, Is Your Water Killing You? All right. This is from the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency of the United States of America. And you can see the web address at the bottom of the screen, epa.gov. Report-environment/drinking water. Here's the drinking water article. What are the trends in the quality of drinking water and their effects on human health is what they want to know. All right, look at the bottom. The importance of drinking water. The average American consumes 1 to 2 liters of drinking water per day. Virtually all drinking water in the United States comes from fresh surface waters and groundwater aquifers. Oh yeah? Well then how did all this crap end up in there they're about to tell you? All right, so here we go. If drinking water contains unsafe levels of contaminants, it can cause health effects, such as gastrointestinal illnesses like ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, celiac, IBS. It can create nervous system effects, Parkinson's, MS, Alzheimer's, dementia, or reproductive effects. Just so you know, contaminants in water will not make you more reproductive. So the reproductive effects they're mentioning here are you won't be able to reproduce. So you're going to be infertile. This is the reaction to stuff in water. And chronic diseases such as, oh, wait, hold up a minute. You know, every diagnosis is blamed on genetics. But you just read here that contaminants in your drinking water, United States citizens, can cause you to develop cancer. Therefore, all our government knows are not caused by genetics. They can be caused by poisons in your water supply. So let's look at some of the health effects of chemicals in our water supply in America and around the world. And what are some of the health effects in humans from these chemicals? Chemical exposure, per our EPA.gov, chemical exposure through drinking water can lead to a variety of short and long-term health effects. Exposure to high doses of chemicals can lead to skin discoloration. Hold up, push, pause. Do you know anybody who has vitiligo, where their skin has blotches of white or losing their pigment, usually on their hands and feet? That's where it starts, or on the face or scalp. Did you know that chemicals in our water supply are known to cause vitiligo? Did your dermatologist or autoimmune specialist tell you that? Did they discuss that with you? Did they tell you to get a home filter or listen to the Healing for the Ages team and get their home brewed holy water document of how to produce clean, distilled, filtered water that won't have these chemicals in it? Okay, so now you're learning exposure to high doses of chemicals in water in America can lead to skin discoloration, vitiligo included, or more severe problems such as nervous system, Parkinson's, MS, neuropathy, Alzheimer's, or organ damage. Oh, kidney failure, liver failure, heart failure, spleen failure, brain failure, and development or reproductive effects. Wait a minute. Remember, these chemicals are not going to make you more fertile. If you're looking at the term reproductive effects, you're either more fertile or less fertile. No one becomes more fertile because of toxic chemicals in their water. That means infertility, miscarriages, stillbirths are reproductive effects of chemicals in your water. I wonder how many IVF clinics around the world, by the way, in vitro fertilization clinics making $100,000 per time they try to make you pregnant and you fail 80% of the time. I wonder how many of them talk to you or their patients about making sure they're drinking clean water without chemicals in them that the EPA in America knows causes infertility rates to skyrocket. Now, look at this next statement. Exposure to lower doses over longer periods of time can lead to chronic, long-term conditions such as cancer. Notice it doesn't say anything about people that carry genetics, a genetic predisposition to develop cancer. They're more likely to get cancer ingesting these things in their water. No. Just the chemicals by themselves, when you drink it, if they're in your water, can cause you to have cancer. But none of you are going to be told that by your oncologist. Zero. The effects of some drinking water contaminants are not well understood. Yeah, because they're not looking. All right, so here we go. What are the health effects of consuming water in America that have disease-causing microbes? Oh, I thought all of it had chlorine in it to kill all these things. Okay, listen. This is what the EPA is telling you. Most life-threatening waterborne diseases caused by microbes such as typhoid fever or cholera are rare in the United States today. This whole article is just about people in the United States. Pay attention to the next statement. They're only talking about the United States today. The very next statement. The more common illnesses caused by viruses, bacteria, and parasite can result in stomach pain, vomiting, diarrhea, headache, fever, and kidney failure in the United States. Now, let's back up and go back to that sentence again. The more common illnesses in the United States caused by ingesting water that contain viruses, bacteria, and parasites are more common in America to cause illnesses. I just need to remind you all, your medical doctors are told in med school, 100% of them, that parasites don't exist in America. Yet the EPA says the more common illnesses caused by viruses, bacteria, and parasites in water in America can result in stomach pain, vomiting, diarrhea, fever, and kidney failure. Infectious diseases such as hepatitis can also occur. Did you know that hepatitis, all of them, hepatitis A, B, C, can be contracted from your water? Okay, let's stick with hepatitis B, by the way. You're told that hepatitis B can only be contracted by multiple sex partners with unprotected sex. And then number 2, sharing of drug needles, sharing the same needles with each other using drugs. Did you know you can get hepatitis from your water? The EPA says you can. So that means hepatitis is in your water supply. Read the next statement. Hepatitis may be severe in people with weakened immune systems, like infants and the elderly. Okay, I'd like to ask you, why in America would infants have a weakened immunity? There's no country in the world that has more babies and infants than America. Why would any of them be immune suppressed or weakened? And because of the poisons. And the elderly. Oh, what are the elderly in America on that makes them have a weakened immune system? Steroids for inflammation, prednisone. That's a immune suppressant. This tells you that hepatitis contracted from water in infant and elderly populations because their immune systems are destroyed by drugs and are sometimes fatal in people with severely compromised immune systems like those with AIDS. Well, how many people have AIDS in America? And are they all drinking water that have these microbes in them and have hepatitis in them? Did you know your water supply might have hepatitis in it and the EPA knows it? Here's the United States GS government. I don't even know what the GS stands for. Sorry. But look, this is a government website of the United States. Tap water study detects PFAS, or otherwise known as forever chemicals, across the United States. At least 45% of the nation's tap water is estimated to have one or more types of the chemicals known as per and polyfluorinated alkyl substances, or PFAS, known as forever chemicals, according to a new study by the U.S. Geological Survey. There are more than 12,000 types of these forever chemicals, not all of which can be detected with current tests. Great, there's no test to even detect these, the majority of them. The United States Geological Survey tested for the presence of 32 types of these. At least 45% of them had these things. At least 45% of all the nation's tap water supplied to you by our government and your city municipalities have these chemicals added to them. This is the University of New Mexico's Health Sciences Department. United States drinking water often contains toxic contaminants. These scientists warn, this was in 2023. Listen to what they found. A new study published by the University of New Mexico researcher Johnny Lewis with colleagues from across the United States warns that water from many wells and community water system contains unsafe levels of toxic contaminants, exposing millions to health risks, including not only caused by your genetics, it can be caused by poisons in your water, scientists have figured out at universities across the United States. The paper assesses 7 known contaminants that often find their way into drinking water: arsenic, fracking fluids, lead, nitrates, chlorinated disinfection byproducts, man-made chemicals known as PFAS, per and polyfluoroalkyl substances, and uranium. Okay, let me ask you something. How many of you have been taught to read labels for food for your children and yourself? And how many of you read labels of food you buy or products you pour into a water bottle? How many of you are consumed by looking at the labels? How many of you knew that the water in your tap has been found across the United States to have arsenic in it, fracking fluids in it, lead, nitrates, chlorinated disinfection chemicals, man-made forever chemicals, and uranium? You know, the same water you're bathing your baby in, brushing your teeth in, your children are brushing their teeth in, they're showering in, just, everything that touches your skin's a sponge. It absorbs everything that touches it, including what's in your water supply. Most of the substances, including inorganic arsenic, nitrates, uranium, and lead, are known or suspected contaminants, while chronic exposure to most of the contaminants has been linked to a host of other issues, including neurological and development problems. Your child is delayed in their development. Oh, yeah? Have you checked the water supply for chemicals that are known to cause that? CNN reported, this is last year, 2024, nearly half of the tap water in the U.S. is contaminated with forever chemicals, the government study finds. Forever chemicals are a family of ubiquitous synthetic chemicals that linger in the environment and the human body. Can you guess why they call them forever chemicals? They don't degrade forever, it feels like. PFAS exposure is linked to problems such as obesity, thyroid disease, high cholesterol, decreased fertility, liver damage, and hormone suppression, according to the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency. Let's review that statement one more time and go slowly. Forever chemicals, which have been found in half of all the tap water in America, are known, per the EPA, to cause humans, and everybody who's diagnosed is told it's genetic, inherited from their family. Liars. Oncologists, do your homework. They know that in half of the water supply in America, there's chemicals directly that cause humans. Are you telling your patients diagnosed with, make sure they get a water filter and follow the Healing for the Ages team for their home brewed holy water? How to get all these chemicals out of your water. And if not, shame on you. What about obesity? It says here, forever chemicals found in over half the water in America causes obesity. You know what's amazing about that? I would like to remind you about Oprah Winfrey's coming out party or reunion with the United States media, coming out a year ago to tell the whole world that there's new studies and new drugs to address the fact that obesity is now known to be a genetic problem. It's all caused by your genes. An adipose gene, fat gene, that you can benefit from taking Ozempic and Wegovy and injecting yourself with Gila monster venom to address. Okay. Obesity is now being blamed on genetics. CNN just reported last year, they know these forever chemicals are directly linked as we drink them and bathe in them and shower in them every single day to cause obesity. What about thyroid disease? Oh, every single one of you are told this is also an autoimmune marker or it's inherited. Is that true? No, your water supply might be causing it. Did you know high cholesterol is also told to be blamed on genetics? Did you know high cholesterol is caused by the forever chemicals found in over half of our water supply? Did you know that? You know, decreased fertility, they don't even know what to blame that on. It's got to be a genetic issue of some sort. You need IVF treatment. No, you don't. You need to change your water supply. What about liver disease and hormone suppression? Are you hormonally imbalanced? Do you have hormone imbalance issues? If you do, you might want to improve your water supply. In June 2022, based on the latest science, the EPA issued health advisories that said that chemicals are much more hazardous to human health than scientists originally thought, and are probably more dangerous even at levels thousands of times lower than previously believed. Health effects from the chemicals can be difficult to specify, in part because people may be exposed in different ways and at different stages of development. And because there are so many types of these forever chemicals and uses that have changed over time. This is Ken Paxton. I met with him during COVID-19 privately to discuss the remdesivir hospital protocols, along with Karen Kingston. Attorney General Ken Paxton sues, this is 2024, after I met with him in 2021. Attorney General Ken Paxton sues manufacturers of toxic forever chemicals for falsely advertising household products as safe for families. This is the Public Health of Virginia's government website. This is all about these forever chemicals as well. In this article, they published the health problems that may be associated with PFAS chemicals, these forever chemicals found in half of all the water supply in America. Please go download our homebrewed holy water pamphlet for free at healingfortheages.com. These are the issues, health problems published by our government. There are fertility issues and pregnancy-induced hypertension and preeclampsia caused by these chemicals in our water supply. It increases our cholesterol. So now they can sell you a cholesterol drug. It changes in the immune system. Just so you know, it is not boosting your immune system, it is dropping it. So now you're going to be more susceptible to all the pandemic viruses that are spreading around the world and all of Bill Gates' infected mosquitoes. There's an increased risk. Did you know that? Men, you want to protect your testicles? Put a water filtering system on your home and get a distiller and download the home brewed holy water pamphlet at healingfortheages.com. It changes in fetal and child development. I thought you wanted healthy children. If you do, you might want to make sure your water's not poisoning them. Liver damage is published to be caused by these. Increased risk of thyroid disease and increased risk of asthma. How many of you have children that have asthma and you have no idea that the chemicals you're bathing your child in, showering them, having them brush their teeth with and rinse their mouth out with, and wash their hands with, and cook with, and drink in your home are published to cause asthma and increase your risk of having asthma? what we suggest to keep you safe from dangerous water. We talked about this with the COVID-19 vaccines and the chemicals that are toxic inside of them that we knew of. And I started promoting then in 2021, apple pectin powder being used by everyone. This is a published study titled Using Pectin to Detox Heavy Metals from Our Environment. Absorption performance of pectin suggests their applicability as a food additive or remedy for efficient removal of heavy metals from different biological systems, including humans and animal organisms. Please, for the love of goodness, please make sure every day you're taking something that helps detox metals, chemicals from your body. The EPA publishes we're being exposed every day in America to 5,000 different chemicals. Only roughly 1,000 of them have even been tested to determine how they affect human beings. They're making more chemicals by chemical industrial plants all over the world faster than the EPA can keep up with testing their negative effects on the human body long term. So please do something simple. Apple pectin powder is just an easy way to do that. In apple pectin or in pectin-derived oligosaccharides derived from intestinal fermentation of pectin, these play a key role in immune protection, prevention, and treatment for intestinal disorders like gluten, celiac disease, ulcerative colitis, Crohn's, IBS. Pectins play a key role in preventing and treating those conditions and in preventing and treating. Pectins with low degrees of esterification reported to inhibit tumor growth. Pectins inhibit growth, induce cell death of cells, suppress metastasis and modulate immunological responses. Is your oncologist recommending apple pectin powder to you? Is your medical doctor, if you're worried about or inheriting genes that might lead to cancer, are they telling you to start taking apple pectin powder every day? It's already been proven in science to actually mitigate these concerns. Classified as an emerging prebiotic, pectin can positively affect gut microbiota, your gut bugs, bacteria, by promoting the growth of probiotics such as Bifidobacterium longum and Lactobacillus acidophilus, and inhibiting the growth of other pathogenic E. coli, H. pylori, and Clostridium. Pectins enhance the gut barrier function. So everybody worried about leaky gut, did you know apple pectin and pectins are proven to enhance your gut barrier function, leading to liver and kidney protection from translocation of pro-inflammatory bacteria and its products. Scientific studies on animals and humans were carried out and proved pectin's capacity to decrease the level of toxicants in the body. This is why I recommend apple pectin powder, everybody. 1,500 milligrams a day. It's easy. It's what I do every day. My wife does every day. My kids do every day. You should do it every day. In vivo study with modified citrus pectins its reduced molecular weight pectin reduces lead level in the blood after 24 hours of using pectin, even in children who have high lead. They found it reducing the lead levels in the blood and in the urine without essential minerals being released. So if you're worried about detoxing heavy metals and losing some of your minerals, did you know apple pectin powder is proven to detox lead and other heavy metals without removing any minerals that you still need that are essential, like selenium, magnesium, iodine? Some clinical experience suggests that 4 grams per day was sufficient to actually reduce the significant results of heavy metals and treatment seen in 3 to 6 months period. Pectin can be used as an effective and safe chelating agent, especially for the vulnerable as children, consumed directly as a supplement or in the composition of food products like dairy products. I do not recommend the dairy products with pectin. Remember, an apple a day kept the doctor away, even for your children. Inside of apples is apple pectin, proven to detox heavy metals while preserving the essential minerals and metals you need in your body. Remove the toxic heavy metals, maintain the healthy ones. This knowledge was infused in our plants, fruits, and vegetables by God who designed them. What's the conclusion? Pectin has a good effect on reducing obesity resulted from environmental pollutants. Did you know that? Did you know obesity can be caused by environmental pollutants? And science has already confirmed it. Oprah, you said obesity cannot be controlled because it's actually a genetic issue. No, it isn't. Pectin has a good effect on reducing obesity resulting from environmental pollutants through regulating gut microbiota and providing a potential strategy for the treatment of environmental pollutant-caused health problems. Air, water, chemtrails, you name it. Apple pectin is what we recommend. Using pectin, they also report research scientists, which does not disturb the mineral balance of the organism, effective for heavy metals excretion, and has suitable technological properties. What about the neuroprotective effect of wormwood, which is an antiparasitic drug? Did you know that wormwood, found to cure people and an antiparasitic like ivermectin, it actually does the exact same thing ivermectin does, but it's all natural and doesn't require a prescription. This is in 2011, a published study titled The Neuroprotective Effect of Wormwood Against Lead Exposure. A significant increase in blood and urinary lead concentration was noted between the lead groups. After stopped intoxication and treatment by wormwood, the level of lead in the group was significantly decreased compared to the lead group alone. The lead levels are significantly increased in the lead group compared with the control group. After wormwood extract administration, a significant reduction of lead was noted in the blood. The activity of ACHE was significantly reduced in all, this is acetylcholine, was significantly reduced in all brain regions in those that had intoxication of lead in the control group after 11 weeks of being shown and given lead, and reduced by 57% in the hippocampus, striatum, cortex, and hypothalamus, respectively. After 4 weeks of stopped lead intoxication, a maximum reduced activity was noted in the hippocampus of the lead group. Administration of wormwood extract indicates a clear significant improvement in the lead toxic group. We observed a significant decrease in the MAO activity and inflammatory marker activity in different cerebral areas in the lead group compared with the control group, and in the striatum, in the cortex, and in the hypothalamus. After treatment with wormwood extract, the lead group indicated a significant increase in MAO activity and antioxidant in all brain regions compared with the lead group. I think I misspoke in that first one. MAO is an antioxidant that helps prevent and reverse diseases. They saw a decrease of that in the lead group, and then they gave them this stuff. Chronic exposures to lead significantly increases the total general behavior, which included locomotor activity. After wormwood extract administration for 4 weeks, a significant different score was observed between the lead group and all lead tested groups in locomotor activity. So they couldn't even control their body. Lead was impacting the brain's control of the body, but it was being restored after they took wormwood. In this study, the effects of wormwood extract on lead-induced locomotor and grooming impairment and changes in some enzyme activities in different regions of the brain were investigated. The prevention of lead-induced neurotoxic injury by wormwood extract is reported here for the first time ever. Exposure to lead during early development has been implicated in lasting behavioral abnormalities and cognitive deficits in experimental animals. So if your pediatrician or your medical professional believes or sees a concern that lead toxicity might be creating your child or your own issues neurologically, ask them if wormwood might be right for you. Removal of heavy metals and medical waste incineration fly ash by EDTA, sodium EDTA, combined with iron and recycle of EDTA. This is EDTA and removing heavy metals. Heavy metal removal and leaching behavior. MWIFA residue. That stands for medical waste incineration fly ash. Batch experiments were conducted to find out the effects of EDTA concentration on being able to remove efficiently copper, lead, zinc, cadmium, and nickel from medical waste at different concentrations of EDTA solution. So different amounts of EDTA would it pull all these out. The results showed we can conclude that EDTA was effective in solubilizing copper, lead, zinc, cadmium, nickel from medical waste due to the high stability constants of EDTA with heavy metals. It's stable and binds to it and don't let go. In our research, removal efficiency of heavy metals increased with simultaneous increase of EDTA concentration. When EDTA concentration increased, removal efficiencies of copper, lead, zinc, cadmium, and nickel all increased. The removal efficiencies of copper, lead, zinc, and nickel in our research were close to the results in the previous study found in the year 2000. And here you see EDTA concentration at the bottom. As you increase the dose of EDTA, you see the removal efficiency of each of those minerals goes up too. So if you believe that you have toxicities of lead, zinc, cadmium, nickel, and heavy metal toxicities, we all do, EDTA actually is shown in research studies to remove it from your blood, nervous system, and bodily tissues. In conclusion, EDTA was used to remove copper, lead, zinc, cadmium, and nickel from medical waste and possessed obvious removal effect. What about iodine? This is from the year 2022. Iodine status in the human body, how much iodine you have in your blood, modifies the association between fluoride exposure in pregnancy and preschool boys' intelligence. So as you've watched the whole world clamor to remove fluoride from their water, all those who have had fluoride in their bodies because of fluoride in their water, and watched the IQ of their children be affected. Did you know iodine was already proven in 2022 to modify and change fluoride's impact on your child's intelligence? We evaluated whether maternal urinary iodine concentrations, was the pregnant mom peeing out high amounts of iodine, did that have an impact on the fluoride in their children's levels of intelligence for both boys and girls? For boys whose mothers had low iodine, there was associated with a 4.65 point lower intelligence score. For boys whose mothers had adequate iodine, that was associated with just a 2.95 point lower IQ score with adequate iodine. These results suggest that adequate iodine intake during pregnancy may minimize fluoride's neurotoxicity in boys. Here's our apple pectin, which I just showed you is published to help remove these forever chemicals and cesium and radiation and a whole bunch of heavy metal toxicities from your body. 2 capsules a day of apple pectin powder is adequate to help make sure that your body stays healthy based on these research studies' findings. In our foreign protein cleanse, if you're wondering where you can get an organic source of this extract of wormwood, it's the third ingredient in our foreign protein cleanse. One of the reasons we would recommend you use 1 dropper full every day for prevention. But if you're sick or have neurological issues and you've been tested and found that hair analysis, blood analysis, urinalysis, you have toxic heavy metals, wormwood has already been proven to help detox that from the body. And here's our iodine from kelp. 1 capsule should be enough to restore adequate levels of iodine to protect you, even if you're pregnant, from the fluoride that's been introduced into our water supply since the 1950s. Here's our EDTA product. I recommend anybody using this, just in case anybody's wondering, if you buy EDTA, we recommend, I do, 2 dropperfuls orally, straight in the mouth. It doesn't have much flavor. Then swallow it. You're going to do that first thing Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. Every day, forevermore. Just do it. You can scan our QR code to be notified if you enjoyed this presentation. I hope you did. Like, subscribe, tell your friends to watch this stuff. You're not going to get this stuff anywhere else. And remember, you can get our book, Moving Beyond the COVID-19 Lies, at thedrardisshow.com. Make sure your medical professionals, healthcare professionals have a copy. It's now available in Audible, electronic versions. We even have a Spanish version in print that you can order. It's awesome. All right, I'm Dr. Ardis. We're so excited and thrilled to be able to spend time with you today. I am honored to share my time with you. Thank you for spending time with us, and cannot thank you enough for all the trust you've shared in me for the last many years. I'm Dr. Ardis. God bless you. This is, will the chemicals in my water kill me? And is there ways to detox them? I'm Dr. Ardis. God bless you. We'll see you next time.